I wanted to touch on the catalog navigation experience because we've done a massive amount of work to really expand this experience. This allows you to look at your catalog in both visual and more spreadsheet ways, depending on the type of user you are, depending on how you are approaching your own content. We wanted this to be your central console for whatever it is that you need, and tailor it for how you look at your label's content. So you have this button here called Edit Columns. You can add columns from all over OpenPlay. There are hundreds of data points for you to layer in, and you can rearrange them by simply dragging and dropping these columns. And what we'll do is it will actually personalize these changes. It will remember these changes as you, the user. So every time you come back into OpenPlay, this experience is going to feel exactly like you want it to. You can also create reports easily from this experience. So you're able to create filters. Let's say you wanted to see how many digital albums you have in your catalog. These are dynamic filters. So as you add one filter, it will automatically adjust to the other filters. So now we're limiting to digital albums. We can now look to see, okay, of those digital albums, how many of them have cover art or doesn't have cover art, depending on what it is that you're doing as a process. And this can then be easily exported into a report. This report can be named Releases with Covers. And it can then be, going forward, available for you to be able to share with others so that nobody has to create the same report over and over again. This can be shared. It becomes a live report, and it is accessible so that anytime you come back, it is a live view of that aspect of the catalog. This is great for sync teams, licensing programs, those who are focused on products of certain types in the organization. Gives you a really clear myopic view of the titles that you might be working or analyzing. It also works with keywords, so you can filter by certain keywords. So if you've tagged things appropriately, you can filter by those tags and have reports ready to go with those tags. While I'm in the reports area, I did want to point at a pretty powerful feature that many don't know about, is this entire catalog export. You're able to, with a single click, generate an Excel or a CSV file of your whole catalog with all the data points that are relevant for that catalog. This allows you to easily share your whole catalog. It allows you to easily bring down your catalog and bring it into programs that you have internally, whether they're reporting systems or whether they're royalty systems. This, again, makes it easy to pull down every piece of information that we store at any time within the catalog. The other piece I wanted to cover is, as we expand on the catalog experience, you're going to see more and more areas that we're going to be focused on. We've been expanding merchandise. So if you happen to use merchandise in OpenPlay, or you happen to work with a distributor that uses our merchandise experience, you are going to see, and have already been seeing, more and more values coming into OpenPlay. Merchandise plays well with our API infrastructure and can easily be configured with partner deliveries to deliver content to, let's say, Shopify or other third parties programmatically, so that you're reducing the amount of keystrokes, they're reducing the amount of data that you have to edit elsewhere, so that OpenPlay really can serve as that master data system. And again, the project infrastructure that OpenPlay operates on, which we encourage everyone to think about utilizing, allows you to easily group recordings, group merchandise in a way that you're able to navigate more cleanly. And a lot of our labels and partners, they use projects as a way of organizing their contractual releases, so that if they have 20 versions of something all rolled up into one project, it makes navigation of those releases a lot easier. It makes rolling them up to a project from a financial perspective a lot simpler. So we have quite a bit of tooling for organization. Within OpenPlay, we encourage everyone to look at those tools and see how they can best fit for their own experience. So the other piece that I wanted to cover is on a cleanup perspective. So we've been working on tools to help labels who bring in catalog, required catalog, to do bulk cleanups. The nature of these tools are really specifically to help clean up catalog and fill in holes in the catalog as you are going down the path of getting it even more commercially ready. Or if you're just, again, pruning your catalog to really make sure it's effective for the future exploitations. We've added tools for bulk editing as well. Some of them are deployed, some of them are still in the works. And some of them may not be available in your environments, again, for really good reasons. If you're working with distributors that have complex infrastructure that updates to metadata requires much more concerted orchestration. You will most likely not have batch editing enabled. And again, it's really just about more of cleaning up content within OpenPlay, following the same operational process that OpenPlay has, which is you are only editing things that are in draft state. You're only editing things in a way that you have to repush them to market, so that knowing that batch editing does not mean that all changes are immediately going to go to market. You have to go through the proper workflows to do so. But all that being said, making the edits, we want to make as simple as possible. So you can filter to the releases that you're looking for to edit, or you can edit across the whole catalog. You'll see a batch edit option here where you can say batch edit my selected releases. And from here, you can make broad changes. This is a recording level batch edit. So you can edit, let's say you're missing metadata language for your whole catalog. You can apply a metadata language to the whole catalog without having to go into every single recording. This allows you to add contributors. If you have a contributor that you want to add to 50 recordings, you can add that role in contributor without ever having to re-enter this information. And as soon as you apply these changes, we will preview the changes for you so you can see these are the changes being made. And when you confirm these changes, it will apply these edits across all of the releases that you've selected and give you real-time feedback on whether or not those applications were successful. And again, you'll see that we are mindful of our own rules that govern these releases, which is if a recording is on a release that's already been released, it cannot be edited, not without being some retraction operation so that it properly gets updated in the market. But those that aren't afflicted by this, you'll see were successfully updated. And this is a really major piece of work for us because there's a lot of behind the scenes things that are happening here that we have to make sure that we broadly control on a bulk editing perspective. And this, again, also keeps track of all of your sessions, so you can always go back to those sessions and even focus on the ones that may have failed previously, and resubmit after you've made modifications or changes by retracting a release that it might be connected to. This operation also now exists at the works level. We are working to make sure that from a works perspective, you have the same type of experience where you can modify and add at a bulk level. Again, this really works great in concert with the bulk addition of works that we've created. So once you've added the works, you can then select those same works in batch edit and add things such as writers, publishers, and other components easily directly from this one singular experience without having to go into each one. We're working on the same on the release flow. It's not in place yet, and we will have a separate session with everyone who wants to when we have this available, but it will work the same way, where you can modify when you can metadata and distribution across all of your releases that you've selected, again, to simplify catalog cleanup, catalog onboarding as part of our tools that we're bringing to the market.